Hey everyone, this is Pete Lavelle with eXp Realty, and just here to have a little chat with you. Something came up at one point in time, and someone had asked me what would happen during an open house if a person refused to sign one of these. So if you're holding an open house, hosting an open house, and you have a registration form for people to fill out and sign, and they refuse to sign it, what happens? Well, I had a situation that happened to me several years ago. I was hosting an open house, and a person came in. They refused to sign, and I stood right in front of them, would not let them access the house. Of course, they got a little ornery, a little upset, but I informed that the seller is requesting for you to fill out the registration form prior to accessing the house. They stood there. Eventually, the person turned around, walked away, and that was it. So what do you do? Article 1 in the Realty Code of Ethics, Article 1, Standard of Practice, basically it states the fact that you are to protect the interests of your client. So if you want to read that, I can either put it down or you can go online and look at the Realty Code of Ethics. So what happens if someone comes, they refuse to sign, you say, hey, look, this is what the seller is requesting, and they still refuse to sign it. Well, hopefully you can kind of de-escalate the situation. You can ask them that basically this is the seller's request, and you have to leave. That's it. It's up to you. First and foremost, let me say something. I am not a lawyer, and I'm not going to discuss law. Wherever you are in your part of the world, country, or whatever, you look up the laws. But here in the state of Pennsylvania, what happens is, by the laws, if you ask someone to leave the property, and they refuse to leave, they're now in defiant trespassing. So you're promoting the interest, you're representing the seller, and you're promoting their interest. So which means you are representing the seller. This person refuses to leave the seller's house. They are defiant trespassing. What do you do in that situation? Hopefully you can de-escalate. Hopefully the person can figure out, hey, look, I'm kind of way above my situation here, and I need to kind of leave. My suggestion is, if you're hosting an open house, get yourself a security camera that you put up or whatever, goes to the cloud, that can monitor or whatever for a few hours, and you can record it for a few hours. This way you're not pulling out a phone, trying to record the person. Everything is there on the cloud that you can sit there and access just in case anything happens. What happens if this person becomes very violent? Again, I'm not a lawyer, but I will say this. I have wife and kids. And my view is I'd rather get home safely to my family, and I will do what I have to do to ensure the fact that I get safely home to my family. I will say, of course, you do contact the authorities. If they're basically becoming belligerent, try to distance yourself as much as you can. But I say, you need to do what you need to do to make sure that you get home to your loved ones. So that's just something here that it came up in the discussion. So I'm not saying to get out there and be violent, whatever, but you are there representing the seller. And the seller, if they request to have this filled out and the person refuses, you have every right to ask them to leave. So we said, discuss this with a lawyer. So I'm just basically giving you some insight in regards to some open house situations. So anyway, everybody have a good one. And if you need anything, you can contact me, Pete Lavelle, eXp Realty, in the city of Philadelphia and the state of Pennsylvania. So everybody have a good one, and I'll talk to y'all soon.